Wow, stories.
My wife never initiated intimacy, and our marriage felt like a lie. So when I found her texting another man, I made sure she learned the true meaning of regret by exposing her affair and taking full custody of our kids. So my wife, when we started dating, had pretty regular intimacy, but I never really noticed that she never initiated with me. We have been together for 14 years, and we have 3 children, ages 3 to 8. Our intimacy life isn't as frequent, as passionate, or as satisfying when we do have it. I have tried many times to tell her that there is a large imbalance in our desire, and I have mentioned that she doesn't make me feel wanted. In other relationships, I didn't initiate 100% of the time. It was a mutual thing. Anyway, now I'm getting rejected often, and there isn't a time where she starts us off. If I had known this would end up like this, I would not have married her. I would have ended things before they got serious. My question is, I can't shut the box once it's been opened. Should I tell her this in hopes that things may change? Or if I don't tell her, how can I get this situation to change? We are otherwise happy financially, we get along, etc. I just feel like I am missing a large piece of my identity, and my needs aren't being met the way things are. Any advice would be appreciated. Edit. I hired a house cleaner about 5 years ago who comes once a week every Sunday. I spend at least an hour pre-cleaning the house so that the cleaner can focus on cleaning dirt rather than organization. Apparently, this detail is important to a lot of responders. She does the laundry, and it's a lot. I help fold it, but she has things that can't be washed, dried, or whatever. Edit 4. Holy crap, people. I'm diagnosed as significantly colorblind, and she cuts the damn tags off her clothes. Wow. Folding the clothes takes 45 minutes versus loading a machine. She pulls out particular items and line dries certain things. I literally can't keep track of her clothes and what each material is, and she can't just tell me a color. Jesus fin Christ. I don't know what's what, but I can fold and hang. I do all the dishes because there isn't anything special except I have to hand wash knives and non-stick. Edit 2. Further detail, she's a stay-at-home mom. The older kids are in school during the weekdays. The youngest one is with her, and he is the easiest of our 3 children. If you play with him in his trucks, he's on cloud 9. She is not cheating on me as far as I know, unless she is leaving the little one alone or with someone. I trust her completely, but even if I didn't, there just wouldn't be time. She does keep track of the kids' doctor's appointments, but she is the one that can take them. I work with the homework and sign the kids' assignment books, and I read all the school newsletters to know if the kids need something for school. I make sure their school iPads are charged, and their bag is packed each day. Edit 3. To clarify, I wasn't saying I would want to go back in time and erase what I have and my family, or the time we have had together. What I meant was if I was given vague details from a crystal ball, telling me before we started dating, you will marry her, you will be happy for a few years, have 3 kids, but you will be missing physical intimacy. You will feel like there is something wrong with you all the time after that is over. I would have broken things off before we got serious, before hearts would be broken. Update. I wrote this the night of our 10-year wedding anniversary. We had dropped the kids off at my parents' house to spend the night, and we spent the whole day together. I had planned a whole day together. We went to breakfast at her favorite local place. Afterward, we went to get a couple's massage. We went to lunch at the place where we went on our first date. We talked about our life together and looked at old pictures. In the afternoon, we took a walk around town and did a little shopping. We didn't really buy anything. It was just kind of looking around at stuff. We went to a nice restaurant for dinner, had a bottle of wine, and I gave her a card and some earrings that she had mentioned she liked a few weeks prior. But she didn't get a card or anything for me. I wasn't that bothered at the time. I am hard to shop for. I just wanted her to have a card and something nice. We get home, and we are both trading I love yous. And anyway, she asks if we should go to bed. And it's like 10 o'clock. We typically go to sleep around 11. And I say yes. We go upstairs, and she reveals that she has been wearing certain underwear, which she never wears. She takes them off and puts on a comfy pair and her pajamas and gets in bed. So at this point, I am a little confused, and I asked if she was okay. She said, "Originally I wanted to make love, but now I don't feel like it." I asked why, and she said she didn't know. I asked if she was mad at me. She said no. I got literally no feedback, just no thanks. It cut deep in that moment. We hadn't been intimate for about 3 weeks, and that night I was crushed. I wasn't owed anything, I get that. I think it would have been nice to get some feedback. It wasn't, "I'm tired, I'm full, I'm mad at you." It was just nothing. We have been through so much together. We have had hard times, we have had good times. 10 years of marriage is a long time. We built a whole life together, and that made me question if she actually felt anything. And that's why I wrote what I wrote. I want to thank everyone for the positive comments that actually included advice. There were some things said that helped me process my emotions. As for the negative comments and the attacks, I must say that many in this community seem extremely toxic and could actually be damaging to a lot of people. If you are in a community where people are asking for advice, give advice. Don't sit on your high horse acting like you are better than people that may be having a personal crisis. Shame on you. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Reframe the same feeling to something that won't make her feel afraid and criticized? Because you're right, the way you phrased it here has the potential to go places you don't want to. Never threaten to leave someone you want to stay with. Don't even imply it. So maybe instead, this marriage is so important to me, but I really need to feel sexually desired. Please help me figure out how we can better connect sexually. I miss that feeling with you so much. What can we do as a couple to work on this? It would mean so much to me if you'd try with me, like centering the love and commitment without minimizing how much you want to change this. Comment 2. Why would you want to say, "I would have never married you," if your goal is for things to get better? It sounds like subconsciously you think. If you say one of the most hurtful things you could possibly say to your spouse, she will be so desperate to keep you that she will start to put out and do things the way you want. This feels so manipulative and icky. Recipe for disaster. Just go to counseling if you're not sure how to talk to her and handle this in a mature way. Hurting her emotionally in hopes she will make a change and behave the way you want is actually messed up. Now for the update. Thanks for sticking around for an update. So, after that anniversary night, things got even more complicated. A month later, my wife started acting distant, more than usual. She was on her phone a lot, and I mean a lot. I didn't want to be that guy, the one who snoops, but it was eating me up inside. One evening, she left her phone on the couch while she went to shower. I couldn't help myself, I looked. There were messages from a guy. Nothing outright, but enough to make my stomach turn. They were planning to meet up for coffee. I confronted her when she got out of the shower. She was furious, not because of the messages, but because I invaded her privacy. She said he was just an old friend, but I couldn't shake the feeling. Fast forward a week, and she admitted she had feelings for this guy, but nothing happened. She said she was confused and needed space. I was devastated. We agreed she would take the kids and stay with her sister for a while. I was alone trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But here's where it gets wild. Her sister called me 2 weeks into their stay, saying my wife was not herself and that I should come over. I found her crying, holding an old photo album. She confessed that she had been feeling lost, that she didn't know who she was outside of being a mom and my wife. She missed the passion in our relationship, but she was scared to initiate or express her desires because of past trauma that she had never told me about. She was ashamed and thought I would see her differently. We talked for hours. It was raw and painful, but it was also a breakthrough. We decided to start therapy, both individually and as a couple. It was tough, digging through all the layers of our relationship, but it was necessary. Then, just when things were starting to look up, my job announced they were downsizing. I was laid off. It felt like the universe was playing some cruel joke on us, but in a strange way, it brought us closer. We had to lean on each other, to support one another in ways we hadn't in years. Now, 3 months after that fateful anniversary night, We're slowly rebuilding. It's not perfect, but we're communicating, really talking about our wants and needs. I've started a new job and it's going well. My wife is exploring her interests, finding herself again, and our intimacy, it's a work in progress. But for the first time in a long time, it feels hopeful.